Hello and welcome to another episode of Flavorcity, the Breakers of Chains. I am Ben, your Dungeon Master for this adventure, joined by this wonderful party of adventurers. We're going to go around real quick. Everybody's going to introduce themselves, and then we'll get right into it, starting off with Andrea.
Hello, everybody. I'm Andrea. I am playing Bulford Angus Cattleman, and I am your Minotaur Monk.
Fantastic. Down to Gingy.
Hi, I'm Gingy. I'm playing Charles, the Triton Circle of the Moon Druid.
Fantastic. And finally, down to Charlie.
Hey y'all, I'm Charlie. I'm playing Melis Orpington to get your half-elf ranger.
Fantastic. Now, getting into it, where we last left off, the party has been journeying through the city of Flavorcity in search of the legendary utensils in order to give themselves the ability to potentially find and free the city, or find and free the sorcerer who leads the city, Guy Fiery, as the city has been taken over by these large chains that have sort of plagued the entire city and shut down trade with the outer surrounding area. In doing so, they have since freed both Gordon of the Ram's Head, who gave them the utensil of soul, and Miss Mary Berry and her companion Paul Hollowwood, the keeper of the utensil of mind. In doing so, they have sort of painted a target on their back from all of the drones that are currently circling the city, now actively looking for them, it seems, as there was a large drone sent after them, dubbed the Hunter by one of the little guys that they had gotten sent after them and promptly killed. They fought the Hunter on the edge of the Stockpot, where they are headed now. They are on the hunt for the final, third and final utensil to hopefully complete the set, and then go figure out what the last leg of their adventure here is going to be. But as we come back to it, they have just finished the fight with the Hunter, and currently Charles is wild-shaped into a giant snake with both Bulford and Melis riding on his back as they make their way into the district of the Stockpot, and that is where we pick up. As you guys are on the back of Charles, making your way towards the Stockpot, you're right on the edge of it. You can see ahead of you these almost, Charles, very familiar to you, these sort of like floating walkways almost that stretch out over these different pools of water, creating this interconnected like lattice work, sitting on top of these little ponds and lakes of water that go through. And as you guys had passed through here before and can see again now, you can actually see down through, and it looks like there's a bottom to this like section of water. And below that, there is another lattice work. And below that, there's another lattice work, like these layers almost with pockets of air between them so that you can sort of travel up and down between them. As you guys are making your way forward, you do hear the faint rising tone of an alarm back behind you. The Hunter's giant metal body is laying in the street as you slither away from it. But there is the alarm that has gone out to the rest of the drones in the city as you're being pursued, it seems. What do you guys want to do?
Like? What does the alarm sound like?
It's just, it is a like growing, just sort of, it's getting like progressively louder as seemingly either more of them are picking it up or they are getting closer, or both of those things.
Or
So
at
what do
a
you guys
10
wanna
standard.
do?
It's a wee woo.
Oh, it's a wee woo. That's a 6 out of 10. Man.
Wee-woo.
Charles, I think you might need to go a little faster, if you don't mind.
So, Charles, where are you taking him to, Charles? Obviously, you're the one that is in charge and driving. Well, you're driving the snake here.
You're
I was going to
driving
say driving the
yourself.
bus, but you're driving the
Yeah.
snake, driving yourself. What are you trying to do? Where are you headed?
So yeah, if we're, gosh, I don't know, we're not really pointing towards any direction in specific, are we?
We're just going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Presently,
like,
you
if
are
any,
going.
I'll hold up my new giant cluster.
Okay.
How many
Are
bits
there-
can I fit in this campaign? First, oh
You
wait.
know?
Speaking of bits, I'm changing my flannel.
yeah,
Right.
This one got ruined.
Yep.
um,
Are there robots that we can see, the drones, ahead of us in the stockpot, like waiting
Make a
or
perception check.
coming towards us? Okay. 8.
8. Nope. But you do see, sort of looming up over, bigger than the rest of the structures that are over on the surface here, one of the large sort of metallic lean-to sort of shack-looking things that is a chain restaurant. That's the word I'm looking for. That has been set up in the area, and you do know that they have consistently come from the chains or adjacent to the chains. So you don't see any necessarily, but you would gather that they are probably on their way from there. You know, among other things.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do?
so if anybody like wants to,
Did Mary
Wants to, like,
did
redirect
Jimmy
the
remember-
state.
Did anybody remember if my now supposed third partner gave us any kind of directions? Miss
is this
Mary
a throuple
Berry?
situation or is this like a temporary thing or like?
I have no idea. I didn't get that far.
TBD.
It is too. My wife gets to deal with it first, and then we'll work on it. As far as what happened in the tent, that's for you, the viewer, to decide.
Mary told you guys that, see if I remember exactly what I told you as Mary, that she doesn't know exactly who would be the top cook chef in the area because they operate more in sort of a community style thing. So there's a lot of like people coming in and out all the time. So they don't know
That's
exactly who is the best, but that from what she remembers the last time she was there, the center of the district is sort of the hub where people come and mingle and then leave and whatnot.
Okay, then I'll kind of try to guide Charles as much as I can towards what I think the center is.
I'll tell you what, make an animal handling check because we will not get another one of those in this whole thing unless Charles decides to speak to some more mice at some point here.
I have animals with me all the time.
Actually,
Yeah,
that's
but you
fair.
just can
Yeah.
talk
You
to
can just
them.
you can just
Yeah.
have a chat if you want to.
All right, well, I got a +4 to animal handling. Let's see what this puppy can do. Oh, shit.
Sounds like a good start.
8.
Man,
Cows and snakes,
Are two very different things.
yeah, Pulver, you're trying to help direct Charles towards the middle as you're remembering this, and so you just kind of take your hand and you put it on the back of his head and start like twisting back and forth to try and get him to go in the right direction. But you're really just sort of like pulling him back and go in the opposite direction of the way that his body's trying to move. So it's just
It's not working.
no, you're just kind of tweaking him the wrong direction, and you guys can hear the alarm getting louder behind you. And actually glancing back over your shoulder now, Melis, presumably you're in the back apparently.
Yeah.
You can see just these dots beginning to appear over the buildings as they are rising up past, I guess, the skyline, if it can be called that.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Uh,
You want to steer the snake?
can we just ask him?
I thought we did. I thought we tried that first.
Oh,
Fuck, I don't remember.
go, Charles, go!
Okay, yeah, I'll
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 just
take
point.
a fucking
Anyway.
I'll take a fucking dash. If I
Charles,
need to,
make
I'll brief.
Make a survival check, Charles.
Okay. I was about to say if I need to, I'll like make like a brief like submerge beneath the water and like just shoot out of the air.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
Hey,
there will-
that's pretty good. It's a 17 on the dice. Let me see what I add to survival. I'm hoping it's
Oh,
good
boy.
because
It's
I'd
a
be fucking
wisdom
down.
check, so Mr. Druid, you should probably be all right.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
that's
to
a.
use the snake.
Oh wait, do I use the snake?
No. Wild
Okay, I
shape,
just wanted
you
to make sure.
retain. Wild shape, you
Oh, yeah.
retain your brain stats. Polymorph, you lose your brain stats.
Oh, okay.
That's
This
right.
is why I play. This is why I play beat 'em up
This
characters.
is why you play things
Yeah.
that punch.
Yeah, it's
Do
easier.
a 1-2.
Yeah, just
Give
give
me the
them
old
all
smack,
1,
smack.
2, the hacky slash.
All right, what do we got?
We're looking at a 25 here, boss.
25. All right. Well, yeah. Charles, you eventually get Bulford's hand off of your head
Fair.
as he turns around to start talking to Melis, and you start sort of, as you said, skipping across the pools almost like you go like halfway down in them. As you like dip into them, guys, your knees are getting wet as you're sitting on the back of the snake.
I am a
But
big
Sure.
boy. I figured that was happening already.
yeah, well, you were on the ground before.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Charles, you can see that the water. I'm holding up both of my hands like you can see them.
Oh
The
yes.
water
Oh
is
okay. I see both
yeah.
hands.
The water is like 3 feet deep. And as you're sort of like skipping through them, you're going about 18 inches down, but you can look down and you can see below you like pockets of this air that are underneath you as you're just sort of skipping through the top pools for a little while. And then eventually Melis and Bulford sort of talking on your back and you trying to keep ahead of everything. You can hear and see that the drones are getting closer and closer. So you finally just go ahead and take a dive through one of the pools and you crash through. You two are very confused very briefly.
Something else. I really don't know.
You know,
The
actually,
chickens.
both of you guys make
Hold on
acrobatics
to the
saving
chickens.
throws. Acrobatics or strength, your choice. I don't really care which one.
Acrobatics
Saving
or
throw?
strength.
Sorry, dexterity or strength saving throws. There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
They're the same.
All right. I'll make a strength saving throw. Ooh, 26.
Great.
I'll say Dex to see if there's any change, and it's a 25.
Great. You guys, well, Melis, you are really sort of the anchor on the back of this snake during this whole process.
Yeah.
Bulford, you are actually knocked off initially and reach around and grab Melis's shoulder as you are like forced through this pool and drag yourself back onto the back. So now Melis, you're in the front. Just a little switcheroo.
Seems smarter.
As Charles has plunged you guys through this layer of water into another layer. You're a little confused at first. You've seen down through here, but didn't really expect to suddenly be going through one. As Charles, you drop out the bottom of it. You drop about 8 to 10 feet before you hit the next pool of water and sort of skip along and end up on another one of the paths. And you guys can look up and see the underside of all of the different connected paths and the like buildings above you, as well as these sort of refracted light pools that stretch between them. And the light down here now is, a little bit more like bluish green, kind of like when you walk into a pool that's got like a skylight and the light is hitting onto the top of the pool and sort of it reflects off onto the walls and everything. That's kind of the vibe in this whole area. And you can see that there are more of these layers as you go down.
Nice.
Just progressively through here. But Charles goes ahead and keeps on keeping on. I guess both of you who are on his back, go ahead and make perception checks.
Ooh, that's a 12.
It's real
What you
quick.
got
I feel like this is probably one of the wisest parties I've been in overall.
You guys are all at least secondary wisdom characters.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far for me.
Well, maybe not.
Split
But
secondary, but it is secondary.
That's a solid 11.
all right. Well,
Do I
what
get
you
advantage
guys
because of my glowies?
you in a way, Bulford, yes. In your heart, you always get advantage.
Oh, good.
Because
I
they're
can't wait for
they're telling you right now, there's something close to you. And as you like pull them up and take a look at him, the two of you, and Charles, you as well, your head's kind of under the water half the time. Hear from behind you just sort of a splashing sound, like a as you turn around and look back, and these things, these drone balls, as they just kind of are, they float after you guys, are slamming their way down through the water and then proceeding towards you.
But
Presently,
they're waterproof.
Shit.
let me check. What is a giant snake's speed? Do you think there, Charles?
I had it looked up last week, but I don't anymore. Let me
That's
take
all
a
right. I'll
look.
pull it up.
Thank you. Which I can't remember if it's a giant anaconda or a giant snake specifically.
I think it's just a giant snake.
You can call it whatever you want.
I mean,
to
yeah,
call it.
you can be whatever you want to be, I guess.
Oh,
But
it's a giant constrictor snake, is what it is.
there you go. Halfway
It's got
between
a
those of them.
speed 30, swim 30.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, then they are closing on you guys very slowly. Like as you're going, they are progressively catching up to you. You can see above you as these have sort of crashed through the pool. You can see above you that there are some that aren't coming down and through. It looks like they are not built for the water in some capacity. And so there are a limited number behind you, but there are probably about 6 of them coming up on your back right now.
Are we in water right now, swimming, or are we in like a weird air pocket thing?
You are between 2 layers of this district. So above you there is a layer of water and bridges and buildings and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're in an air pocket sort of on top of another one of these layers, like jumping through the pools and the walkways that are here. It's like layers of the same thing stacked on top of each other.
Okay,
Is there,
so
like-
if I were to fire an arrow, it could.
You're in air right now, yeah.
I could do that. Okay.
Okay, I was gonna ask if one gets within 20 feet of us, I would like to launch a dart because I have like 5 of those, and I just haven't used a single one.
Sure.
And I ain't
That's not good.
launching my pitchfork.
Yeah, don't throw the pitchfork.
I need that for work.
I'm gonna to make sure the chickens are all
Family
tucked in. I'm
heirloom.
gonna take out my longbow and shoot an
Sure.
arrow at the
Oh,
closest.
you probably have way better range than me.
Well, considering a
pretty,
longbow is
you know.
150/600, yeah, probably.
Well, if
I'm
one gets
assuming it's
within
at least that
20.
close.
yeah, you can hit one of them.
Okay. Okay, that is a math 13 to hit.
You go ahead and you fire off at one of them that is coming down through the layer above you, and it streaks off, and the water distortion catches the arrow and sort of throws it off its course. Doesn't hit the actual guy, but they seem to realize now that you are actively going to be taking fire at them as they are coming towards you. Because as you watch all of these trays that they've been holding, forever, because that's the only thing they do, start to like separate as they come at you. Wolford, I'd say that there is at least one of them within 20 feet of you.
Yeehaw! Let's
I'm
go.
gonna take a
Wolf.
shot at that.
Can I also take my second attack?
You sure can.
Oh shit. That's 12.
Shit.
Not rolling
Alright.
well.
No, you're not.
All right, I'll take 2. I'll throw 2 darts.
2 darts. Go
2
for
darts. Ooh, that's definitely gonna hit because that's 23
it. Yeah,
for the first one,
Better hit.
and then 22 for the next one.
both those definitely hit. Yeah, these guys are definitely not as robust as the hunter that was chasing you down was.
Okay, so both darts
Okay.
will do a grand total of 14 damage.
14 damage as Wolford turns around and just chucks the 2 darts over his back. One of them has a panel that is sliding up as you turn around and throw, and they sink just straight into it. You see the purple sort of like flicker on the inside as it just sort of sploosh into the water below. Melis, you turn around to fire your second arrow, and Bulford's elbow, as he goes ahead and throws it, just sort of knocks your front arm off, and it just shoots off up into the bottom of one of the paths above you.
My bad.
Sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry for you.
Oh, I was up there. Yeah.
Oh, they'll be all right.
Yeah.
Charles, what are you going to be
Well,
doing?
we're leaving behind the blue glowy things. I don't know if I can do anything about that. I guess if we're
Charles,
like,
go ahead and make a perception check for me.
oh, okay, that's what is my perception? It's probably not that
It's whatever yours is, because you're wild shaped. not polymorphed.
Oh, what the fuck am I saying? Perception's wisdom. Yeah, that's 22.
22. All right. As you are navigating, you're just sort of leaving whatever's going on to your two friends that are on your back. As you dive sort of halfway through another one of these pools, you can see 2 more layers below you. This sort of like large shadow move through, and then below it, after it moves away, you can see this sort of like flickering blue light.
Do we go for the blue light?
Do with that what you will. You guys on his back. What do you want to do?
I mean, I don't see the blue light. I'm
No,
focusing
you guys
on
do not. You
the
guys
thing,
currently
so,
see
like-
those things that are coming up on you.
Yeah, I'd like
Is there any
to.
way I can like
keep
use like my
shooting.
snake senses to alert them to it?
You could also just make us go.
Yeah,
Where
fucking
you
let's
go,
do it.
we go.
So
So-
you're
Yeah.
driving you're driving yourself right now. This is driving Miss Daisy with Charles in the driver's seat. So
Now, we go down.
you go down.
Hold on.
All right.
Wait, what?
Oh, wait. If somebody has anything to do first,
No,
I
I'll,
mean, hold
I'll
on to you.
Yeah, I'll turn back and
Say
just go.
Bulford's kind of dumb, and he's just like trying to aim the next dart. When all of a sudden it's just like, "What?"
I fully imagine it's like drunk on a Saturday night. Like there's like a bar, like there's like a dartboard, just this one bar, and you're just
Woo.
That's it. That's how. Those are the exact darts.
Yep. Amazing. All right. As Charles dives, you two go ahead and make either a strength or dexterity saving throw.
All right, I'll make a drink.
I'd say the DC's lower this time because Charles has done this to you once already.
23.
22.
You guys both sort of just clamp on with the knees. Melis, you catch Charles'
Yippee-ki-yay.
head turning back around, and you yell, "Hold on!" So you both throw to grab on as he dives down through another layer. As he does, you guys can see up above you now through another layer of that sort of watery distortion. Down here, it is now a darker blue-green, like a deeper, sort of richer blue-green. You can see just those orbs flying around above you as they go. And looking down, you can actually see a couple of the orbs below you now, too. As looking off sort of in the distance on this layer, you can see a ways away from you a large metal building with a couple of pipes that sort of stick out of it at awkward angles. Seemingly another one of the chains. But now you two can also see the flickery blue light below you.
Huh.
Is the water like is it like clear water or is it like brothy, kind of brackish? What are we
It's
talking?
It's pretty clear. It's letting through a good amount of light considering the fact that you are now through 2 layers of city essentially with, 3 feet of water sitting between each of them that's distorting it.
Should we be concerned with these glowy things?
I don't know what that is. I don't
Tell you,
feel great about it.
tell you what. Do you want to deal with the glowy things or the drones?
Oh man.
Can I like roll something to see if like it's like a natural type thing? Like if these blue lights are like
yeah.
3 angler fish waiting to fuck us up?
Sure. Make a... I'll tell you, make either a perception or a nature check. Your choice.
I'll take that perception because nature is not so good.
Well, okay.
Which I know seems stupid for a druid, but
Well, no, I mean, yeah, nature is intelligence, so...
Okay,
Charles,
Also,
okay.
fuck intelligence.
Charles ain't the brightest bulb.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out. I got the Grim Hollow dice, and it's a skull, so I don't know if that's a nat 20 or a nat 1.
Turn it over. What's on the other side of it?
It's a nat 20,
Amazing.
so 25.
Looking down, it is not a natural light. Almost there. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah. Very nice.
Ooh.
Very nice. Yeah, looking down, not a natural light. and with the weird like flickering that it almost has to it, it seems like some kind of like electrical charge almost.
Only I had some way to communicate this.
You mean other than just diving through pools of water?
Yeah.
And you guys on the back, sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. 3 drones drop through. A little, honestly, whatever. They're in melee with you guys if you want. They drop like right over the
that
top
close?
of you.
Oh,
yeah,
melee?
they came down. They came down the hole that you guys jumped down through.
I'm stabbing him with a
Shit.
pitchfork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
switch out longbow to maul and do a whack.
Go for it.
This case, I'm gonna
Okay.
stop running and go hack.
Okay, sounds good.
I've got
We'll
a
say
20.
you guys stopped up on one of the like walkways, so you're not just stuck on Charles's back. You can like stand up a little bit.
Okay. I've got a
Okay.
26 and a 24 to hit.
Both those definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice. Okay.
What you got, Bulford?
I got a 16 and then a natural 20 for
Those
my
both hit.
Nice.
pitchfork.
10 and then 12 damage.
All right.
Sorry, not 12. 16.
Okay.
And then my chickens will also explode out at them for an additional 1.
All right. Well, as you hop, you like essentially Tokyo drift up onto this walkway, Charles. Snake body swinging wide, and your 2 compatriots dismount. Mel is throwing the bow on her back, pulling out the maul, and just in one fluid motion, crashing through one into the other one as her chickens dive out and dive into the center of the first one she hit and just ripping it apart. Both of them falling to the ground. Wolford, what do you got for damage?
So for the 16, I got only 7 points of damage, and then for the natural 20, what do we do for natural 20? Do we just double
dice.
dice? Okay, well that's
Either roll the dice and double it, or roll double the amount of dice. Your choice. I don't really care.
okay. Well, I rolled an 8, so I'll just double this one. So
Sure.
that's max damage for this thing right now. So
Right.
16, 19.
So Melis swings the hammer around, crashes into 2 of them, and Wolford, you jump up and off and pin the last one just straight to the ground and twist off with the pitchfork and rip one of the side plates off of it. As the inside gem goes cold, you can, of course, reach down and pick it up.
And I'm attaching it.
And say the 2 that Melis crunched into the ground are also there, easily accessible cores for you if you want them. As another, 30 feet away, a couple more sploosh, sploosh, come down and through, and start to make their way over towards you guys.
Real quick, I'm gonna, in my snake mouth, grab one of the blue lights out of the 2 that I guess Bulford hasn't had a chance to get to yet. And I'm just
Sure.
gonna start trying to simulate blinking by opening my mouth and closing it with the blue inside it, and then I'm gonna look down.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and communicate this as best as possible.
Okay.
What is it, Charles? What are you trying to tell us? Look me in the well.
What is it, boy?
Charles, make a. Oh, Jesus.
I mean, he was a messiah to the mice for a while.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Charles. Roll a d4 for me.
Okay.
On odds, it's an intelligence check. On evens, it's a charisma check.
Oh, okay. Neither of those are great. So
Yeah.
that's a 1.
Okay. Go ahead and make an intelligence
He's really
check for
cute,
me.
but I just don't understand what he's saying in this form.
Okay. Intelligence.
Yep. And then the other 2,
Here
you
we
go
go.
ahead and make insight checks. Or animal handling, I guess. Whatever. We'll just do animal handling for everything this time around, I guess.
Hell yeah.
What you got, Charles?
5. And
23.
that's not with the snake stat. That's with Charles' stat.
Uh-huh.
I got 15.
In spite of the several barriers that have been put forth here for you, Melis, you get the general sense that Charles is trying to kind of direct your attention down. As
just
he's
don't
doing
understand snake.
Morse code with it in his mouth as a snake.
Look, we have snakes out in the coops all the time trying to get the eggs. I've yelled at plenty of them in that time.
You talk to him?
I yell. We don't really converse so much. It's more
Oh, I was about to
one-sided
be like, are you a
discussion.
snake charmer?
No, hell no, hell no. The girls wouldn't like it, but I think he wants down.
He can go down, and then that's when it clicks.
Yep. As you guys are
wait.
saying this to each other, you hear the whirring sound come up behind you as one comes up to each of you, Melis and Wolford, and go ahead and swing their arms at you. You catch it just in time because apparently I can't roll for anything. Still, someday I'll roll something decent against you guys.
I hope not.
Well, it's not going to be right now, as you both duck out of the way because there are two of them up on you now. What do you guys want to do? You want to dive through a hole? You want to punch some stuff? Smash some stuff? You want to...
I would like to hit it and then jump back on Charles.
Okay.
Ooh. Well, maybe not with that first one. That's a 12. But the second one is a 21.
All right, so you go ahead. As you duck, you swing up with the maul, and you just sort of glance off the edge of it, but the second one you bring around, and you smash into the front of it. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Okay. That is 11 points of damage, and then the chickens go for an extra 5.
All right, you go ahead. As you bring it into the front of it sort of crunches in, and the chickens just sort of blow out the backside of it, just sort of exploding almost seemingly from the end of the maul through the drone bodies. It crunches to the ground. As you step back and hop back onto Charles, Wolford.
Can I grapple this thing?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna grapple. What do I do?
Make an
How do I
athletics
grapple
check.
again? Just a dex check?
Athletics for you.
Athletics.
Yep.
Athletics is ooh. Okay. 21.
Well, I rolled almost as well as I could, and it didn't work for me. So you go ahead. These things are like a little bit bigger than a basketball, so you just kind of like chunk, and you hold it out far enough, and with its like spindly little arm things pinned to its side, so it can't quite get at you with the edges of the tray that it's split in half. You're holding it. What do you want to do with it?
Okay, I'm gonna hold it above my head and I'm gonna hop on Charles.
All right, you hop on Charles. Charles, what are you doing?
Chuck it at the blinky thing.
Yeah, fuck it, we're going down.
Come down.
We're going
All right.
down.
You guys, as you dive through, you guys are expecting it obviously this time, so you're holding on a little bit tighter. Go ahead and make perception checks for me, everybody.
Me included?
Finally, 23.
14.
12.
All right. Bulford and Charles, you guys are focused on getting the water out of your eyes as you crash through it. Melis, you see and hear at the same time the sound of like a distant splash a ways away from you, and you see this large, like shadowy form shoot up through back towards the surface from the direction that you guys, or as you guys go down, you see something shoot up a ways away from you, like 100 feet away from you. This big shadowy form up to a higher level.
I pointed out to the other two.
By the time you guys get your head around to see it, it's not there anymore.
I swear there was
You're gonna let me
something.
see that giant goose. You're gonna let me see that giant goose. And I'm not gonna fucking change into what you said. Stop it.
Behind you guys,
Yeah,
sploosh, 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 as 3 more of the drones come down and through. You guys, now, my brain stopped working. I'm going to say you guys are 1 level above the blue, sort of like crackly light source. It's a couple of pools over. You can see it glowing up through now where you are. And you can get kind of this awkward angle look at it. You can see that it is this almost like tower with a ball on top of it that is sort of like sparking off this electricity. in the next layer down.
How does the drone react to it?
Currently, it's still just kind of like pink, pink, pink. Go ahead and make another athletics check for me as it's trying to break free.
What's my athletics again? I literally just rolled this. You think I'd have it like memorized? Unnatural 20.
Well, that's a 16, so you still just got it held out in front of you. It's just like over Charles's
It's
head.
just a small dog.
Yeah. Charles, it's a little unnerving because the two blades are like swinging around just like very close to its body up above your head.
I hold it a little
Wolford
bit
is just
higher than
holding
that.
I was about to say, if you hold it lower, like right on, do I get a bonus to movement or what?
Fear.
Just like
what do you guys-
angle it. We can just like give you a little boost.
What do you guys want to do? There are 3 more that have just splashed down right near you. Next spool over about 20 feet away, and then you can hear more of them splashing down and up, actually, further beyond that.
20 feet away?
Well, you
Yeah,
know,
the
we
pool-
could go.
The pool that has the like crackly blue thing below it is about 40, 50 feet away from you guys right now.
Go, Charles, go!
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
you know, we could go.
preoccupied.
There's
If
a
you
couple
wanna-
poles
I can-
around. There's one to the left, one to the right. You can go back up, or we can go down.
Uskaboosh. As Charles drags you guys down and through. Full movement, Charles, full dash. You guys can get down through and make your way up over to the thing. As you do, there is a crowd of about 5 of these drones that are floating around this thing right now. As you make your way towards it, it is a 5-foot tall metallic tower thing with a large conduit line running off of it down through to another layer. The next one down, it just sort of disappears into the water. But the way that it is set up, it has several rings that get progressively smaller, and then just a big ball on top of it that is currently like letting out little bursts of electricity. And actually, you can see the electricity arcing to the drones that are floating around it right now.
Does it look like anything we've seen before, specifically anything around Gordon of the Ram's Head, his restaurant?
Make an intelligence check. Just in general.
Well, okay. Just a straight roll. That's a 3.
Can I?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh no.
Sure doesn't.
That's real bright.
You did try. You sure did try hard.
Yeah.
We calculated a risk, but damn, we're bad at math.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you have the highest intelligence out of all
I
of us.
am. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm the
I
smartest.
think
You guys
Nella's
did.
got the
Not all or
highest
me real
strength,
now.
wisdom, and intelligence. Maybe you have
No,
the highest
Charles-
wisdom, but I.
Charles is the highest wisdom, but you guys did great.
I said make them big, strong, and dumb, and I've just stopped. Can I crunch my buddy? Just start pushing him in.
Sure. Make a strength check.
Oh my god, it's the rings. Do like the basketball and like see if it'll shut down if you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just. So that's a 25.
On a strength check? Okay.
Oh wait, straight check. No, that's 22 then. Sorry, my brain went straight to the save. I meant to go up.
Well, how dare you?
How dare I add 3 extra?
Yeah. Uh-huh. As Bulford contemplates what to do here, as he really thinks about what Melis has said here with it being real bright, and the fingers just sort of start to bend in the plates on the side of it. Sort of absent-mindedly almost. You're just like, huh. Look at that.
I'm thinking too hard, and I'm used to working
Yep.
with my hands, so they just naturally.
You can almost see the smoke coming out of the ears there.
I'm gonna
As
be
you go ahead and
smoky,
just-
that's for sure.
It begins like twitching erratically in your hand, but you just that's a 2. Yeah, you got it held on. What do you guys want to do? As it's not dead, but it's just it is being. Your fingers are making it towards the insides.
What type
I'm
of
not stopping.
roll? Sorry, what type of roll do I need to make to communicate a crazed look in my snake eye to them?
To them,
I think that's just automatic.
We already are all thinking we're crazy in our own special ways.
Persuasion? I would just sort of let you turn around and look crazy, but if you want to roll for it, it's persuasion, I guess.
Me might as well.
Sure, why not?
Hey, that's a 10.
Charles turns around. He looks a little concerned and a little bit unhinged at the same time.
Yeah, I get it, bud.
As much as a snake can look.
Yep, pretty much.
I'm going for the big ball.
Yeah.
You're going for the ball? You guys are on a ride headed towards the big ball right now.
Oh.
Time to. I wonder if I should shoot a 3 or slam dunk.
I'd like to dismount before he makes contact with the
Sure,
ball.
go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Okay. That's a 19.
Okay, as Charles skips from the one pond over to the next one, as he heads towards the platform that has this essentially Tesla coil sitting on it, you go ahead and in one fluid motion just sort of put your foot down on the walkway that he jumps over and swing your other foot up and around and sort of carrying the momentum around you and plant your feet. And suddenly, Bulford, Melis isn't behind you anymore.
Hey, Melis, I got us. Oh, wait, hello?
You see her just sort of standing off a little ways away. Charles, you're going straight for the thing?
Do I get the sense that Bulford would want to jump off?
Make an insight check.
Okay, because this is what Bulford's about to do since we're careening straight towards this thing.
Again, there are 5 drones floating around it too. It's not just solo.
Oh, okay.
There are 5 basketballs floating in the air around it.
Perhaps I should have strategized more.
Strategized.
Melis, as you've stopped the crazed dash, go ahead and make a perception check again for me.
Oh, 8.
Sounds good. You turn around and you hear and see another 7 of them behind you. At varying distances, but closing towards you.
Are there any within melee range of me?
Currently, no. The one that would have been in melee range was the one that Bulford had his fingers halfway through.
Right. Okay, I just will ready my maul.
Okay.
It's a 15 on insight.
Bulford, what vaguely do you wanna?
So I want to get close enough in a minimum chucking distance, because the idea is to take my now mini basketball.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna line drive it.
So full 11-year-old in his bedroom with the mini hoop on the back of the door.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. So
but
Bulford's hanging on as far as you can tell, Charles.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It all if I get the sense or I feel like the snake's gonna slow down and move direction, then I'll like a 3-year-old trying to just throw a football for the first time as hard as they can. If he's going full force towards this thing, I'm gonna go for the slam dunk. Lord knows I'll take a bunch of damage doing it, but it'll be sweet.
Oh, this is a terrible idea that I'm doing.
Charles, what do you want to do?
Do it.
What you got?
We're going straight into fucking I'm gonna coil the coil and just try to.
Sounds good. Well, let's see.
I'm gonna turn the snake into an electric eel.
Apparently, yeah. Okay, so as Melis, you watch your friends careen forward. I'd say 2 of them come into your melee range, 2 of the drones that are coming at you. Charles and Bulford, go ahead and make dexterity saving throws for me.
Okay.
As you just full blast towards this thing.
That's pretty good.
I got 19.
Okay.
I use the snake stats.
You use the snake's dex.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh, sweet.
A natural 20.
All right. Oh, I just closed that. I need to not close that. As you guys come careening forward, like, cannot emphasize enough, just full bore,
60.
no holds barred,
60
all
feet
gas.
per second.
Yep, just absolute terror of a bull man on the back of a giant snake. You guys see this coil spark, and Charles, you pull out of the way just in time as an arc of electricity comes shooting out towards you and slams into the pool that you have just left to get up onto the platform to get next to this thing. And you want to constrict the coil, and you want to slam dunk the thing. Okay, we're gonna call it an unarmed attack, and I think the constrictor snake has a constrict thing.
Unarmed. Yes.
Melis, you want to just start teeing off on the ones that are coming at you? Go for it.
Do. Well, I rolled a 2 and a 4, so probably
We
not.
said some 4-year-olds in a park having a good time.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
Natural 20, motherfucker. I don't know what's happening next.
I don't
it's gonna
either.
Be fucking glorious.
Oh, boy.
18.
18. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll damage for both of those for you guys. Melis, what are your totals on those?
Oh, let's see, a 9 and a 11.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead and you swing your maul up and around, but you're a little bit thrown off balance still from the snake that is going apparently at Mach 5 now for some reason. We've made it so that the snake has a jetpack on essentially, and I'm not entirely sure why, but whatever.
Is it possible for Charles to yell Leroy Jenkins right before he dies?
You try to, and you just get out like a strangled hissing sound as
we know in our hearts.
Yep. But so Melis, you go ahead and you swing up and around trying to carry the momentum, and the maul just sort of gets away from you a little bit, and you grab it, or you catch it and bring yourself back down as the two of them come up on you to make an attack each. That's not great. That's a 4 and a 15 to hit you, Melis.
Nope.
As you pull yourself sort of back down all the way from the swing as the two of their blade hand things come swinging down at you. You duck under them, letting the momentum of the maul carry you actually all the way down to a knee this time. Go ahead and make another perception check for me, Melis, as you're the only one that could vaguely pay attention to your surroundings at this point.
25.
25? Okay. As you sort of crouch down and get low, you can see in front of you, sort of off to one side and off to another side in the direction that conduit line goes, 2 more of these blue sort of like sparky pod light things on the next level down. And there is a large, you can see the top of a large metal structure that is just poking up through a pool a couple down from you in the direction that the conduit line goes.
Fuck, I hit the wrong one.
Now,
metal structure, can I make out anything? Like, does it look like...
you can just see sort of like a top, like a point that is breaking through the surface of the water. Okay. But you can tell that it goes down from there. Like, it's not just a little thing. It's something large that goes below that.
Okay.
All right. I'm afraid to ask, but we'll start with Charles. Charles, how much damage you got?
14.
14 points of damage. As you go ahead and... The only way that I can think to describe this is in a pseudo Space Jam moment. Wolford sort of like jumps off as Charles, you go ahead and you wrap up around this thing underneath on the drive in here. You do take, well, that is terrible, 3 points of lightning damage as you
could have sat
constrict
there
around
and I
this
would have
thing
taken it.
and begin to crush the rings in, breaking a couple of them. The electricity just sort of like jolts off of you. And Wolford, how much damage did you do?
It wasn't that much. It was only 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage.
13 points of slam dunk damage.
As you just like full slow-mo through the air, slam your now crunched basketball friend into this orb that's sitting on top of this tower. That the orb itself is probably a good 3 feet wide, so you really just sort of like punch a hole into the middle of it. And as Charles crushes the bottom of it, your hand crashes through this like hardened metal and glass orb that's sitting up there. You take 6 points of lightning damage as your
That seems
fist
about
just
right.
punches through it. And you know what? For good measure, you take 1 point of piercing damage from the glass that explodes into your wrist. And
My boys
this
would be so proud of me.
Yep. Yep. As this thing just sort of like there is a blinding flash as Bulford contacts it, and then there's just sort of like this detonation almost. And I need actually all 3 of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oop.
Okay. Okay.
That seems about right. I got 2 natural 20s already. I gotta pay the price.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What do we got?
We got 10.
10?
Natural
18.
1, so 7.
Okay. And Charles?
18.
Okay. Charles, you take 6 points of lightning damage, and the other 2 of you
Okay.
take 12 as this thing just blasts out in a bunch of bolts of electricity. Actually. Okay. Okay.
You don't have to keep rolling. It's okay.
Well, no, I have to
Oh, is
make
it for the
saves for
drones?
all of the drones that are
Oh
floating
yeah.
around
Okay.
it, too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Keep
can die.
rolling.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
yeah.
rolling. Never mind.
I rolled shockingly well for 3 of them,
Huh.
as they take 6 points of damage each as this thing explodes, and 2 of them just like short out and fall into the water and slowly begin to sink through the layers, as they are blasted outwards away from this thing. And actually,
Oh,
Melis, the
fuck.
2 near
I thought
you
this
too.
would just turn them all off.
Melis, the 2 near you also just short and fall out.
I also thought it was a brilliant idea. We are stupid.
We knew
I vote
that.
Melis to be the lead from here on out. Melis gets to be the
Yeah,
brain.
absolutely.
the
Melis,
two,
guide the snake.
Space Jam and Bullet Train, go ahead and make perception checks with disadvantage for me as you are reeling from the explosion. Melis, you're going to
Okay,
ride
that's
the
not
one you
bad.
just made.
Okay.
Okay, that's real bad. 7.
Okay,
Natural 1.
amazing. Okay, so Melis, you hear in the aftermath of this, detonation, you hear just this vague sort of low, almost garbled, like it's coming up through water, rumble of just sort of like metal creaking a little bit and just sort of some kind of deep growl, just a and then actually, Melis, writing that perception check that you had before, you see about 2 pulls away from you, so about 40 feet away from you, that large shape come slam down through and down to a lower level again. You get a better look at it this time. It looks like it is a large, segmented, almost serpent-like creature that is crashing through these layers, made of metal, and you are not super sure what the deal with it is, but it disappears down a ways away from you again.
Does it look? It doesn't sound like a pleasant thing, but does it look
Does it
like
look
dangerous
friendly?
and intimidating, or like, ooh, that's cool?
Yeah, it
Does
looks
look
not
like
great.
Game's new pet.
Looks not great. Okay.
Looks not great. I say large. It's
Not friend.
a good like
Not
20, 25 feet long. And now that it's closer to you and you can actually sort of get a better look at it, in the brief moment that it passes through, it's like good 5-6 feet wide, maybe.
Hey,
Can we
y'all.
find Can we find a place to hide?
Also, important to note, drones are
Wilfred is
coming towards you guys
dazed and
from
confused.
sort of all around at this point.
I'm gonna run and hop back on Charles.
Sure, easy enough. Charles, how many hit points does your serpentine form have now?
A whole fucking bunch.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, you do. Okay.
30. After all that damage.
I'm gonna pat Bullford on the back. Say, how you doing, friend?
I made a score. I'm sitting at 15 hit points.
Okay.
Oh Jesus!
I'm gonna
15 out of 59 hit points.
I'm so sorry. I thought this would be smarter.
I'm gonna
It's okay. I was like, this is a genius idea.
I pat you on the back, and I'm gonna pump a second level cure wounds into you.
All right, great.
Yeah.
So 2d8.
2d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
I guess I'm gonna look for a place to like hide, I guess, if there is such a thing at this point.
Lost my D8.
Actually taking stock of your surroundings right now.
You roll or I roll for the
She rolls.
heal? Okay.
Hold on.
The caster rolls.
I am a stupid, so that's why I play the punchy voice.
I am a stupid.
A whole 11 points back to you.
You know, that's almost doubling Bulford's current hit points. So,
I need it.
yep. So Charles, actually stopping to take stock of where you guys are right now.
It's the first time we played.
Yeah, for the first time, you actually like pause for even just a second to look around. You can see that you are in an area that seems like it has a lot of heavy foot traffic very, very often, but it is currently abandoned. There are no permanent like buildings for a good 100 feet around this sort of center area that Melis, you have pointed out at this point, the little point that's poking through. A good 100 feet around that, there are no permanent buildings. There are a couple of like stands almost, and several different like pits with bars over the top of it for where you could like hang a pot onto and hold over the fire, as well as a couple of like stoves almost that have been like set into the ground for like public use. You throw some wood or charcoal into it and you can throw stuff on top of it. But where you guys are right now is pretty barren all the way around. You have made quick progress through this district, passing by all of the pretty honestly unremarkable buildings that you've gone past, and thinking about the way that Mary had described it, this place is a lot. The food happens less in like buildings and houses and more in the streets and the area and the center sort of gathering places. So there's not a whole lot of places to hide right now.
Okay.
But what you do see, 2 more of these blue things, as well as this metal point. Blue things being 2 more points of the blue things on a lower level that Melis has pointed out. And currently about 15 drones coming at you guys. Well, a lot more than that, but 15 drones that are coming within strike distance of you guys at this point.
I'm gonna look back to Smart Man Melis.
Listen, I don't feel good about any of this, but I am rather inclined to check out that pointy thing, the building thing, that way.
So
I
We
just don't
gonna
feel good, so I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, I keep seeing this big monster. Is
I'm
like
sorry,
Charles.
what?
Just like Charles.
Oh wait,
but,
no, speaking Charles now.
but bigger.
Huh?
They're there.
Charles, are you unsnaked right now?
Fuck no. Yes.
Okay.
I'd rather not hang around. It looks scary.
With the sharp and pointy?
Yeah.
All right.
Escaploosh. As Charles drags you 2 down to the next level with him once again, you crash through one level and just sort of in the closest pool, and you can immediately see one more of the like tower things off to the right, about 70 feet away from you guys, as well as another sort of glowing pool where it looks like there might be another one below it, off in that direction. And you can see the conduit line from up above that went from that tower, dropped down through the water, and came over and attached to the side of what is the continuation of that point in this large, almost like egg-like metal structure that is breaking through, obviously, the level above you and the level below you in this large center pool. and it itself has almost like this barrier of water around it. It is made of patchwork metal plates, similar to the construction that you guys have seen associated with all of the different chains so far. And you can actually see on the other side the sort of like green glow coming from that side. And as Charles brings you guys around that side real quick, you can see there's a little bitty porthole window just sort of like stamped into the side of it almost. That's honestly about 8 inches across. That has just like this leaking green glow coming from inside of it.
To the window, Charles.
The wall?
Yeah.
All right.
So Charles slithers you guys on up to the little window. And as you come up to it and you try and take a look into it, go ahead and make a perception check. Whoever is looking into the window. It's only one of you at a time, so... Malice, it looks like it's you.
Okay, I'll look. Dirty 20.
As you look up into it, you can see it is mostly just bright green light coming out of there, but you can see just sort of like vaguely in the middle of it, this sort of like refracting surface almost. Not fluid like the water you've been crashing through so far, but like jagged like a gemstone almost.
Okay.
But it's green Bulford, not purple.
So it's glowing. It's glowing green.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody make a perception check real quick.
21.
Hold on. I've got 8.
20.
Okay. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw. Melis and Bulford, you make it with advantage.
Okay, I don't need it.
18.
That's right, you don't.
I also got 18.
Okay. Charles?
22, which I rolled a nat 20.
Okay. All of you guys catch. Well, you don't catch. Charles, you are putting all of your faith in Melis to guide you guys right now. So sure that she will put you on the right path. As Melis and
100%.
Bulford like pull back from the window and then glance down and then dive off of your back, sort of kicking you off in a different direction. You turn tail and swim real quick down a little ways as the giant thing that Melis you have seen now go up and then down comes crashing back up and through. You guys duck out of the way as it careens past you guys at almost impossible speeds. This thing is moving like super fast.
Freight train.
Honestly, yes.
I don't like being on the other side of this thing.
We were joking about how fast Charles was going before, but like this thing is moving. As it crashes through each of the like pools of water, there is a discharge of electricity that ripples out through the pool that it breaks through, and that electricity sort of like arcs up and follows along with it. But you guys all jump out of the way and avoid it coming in and smashing through you. You can see now, quickly reassessing everything, more drones sort of sploosh, sploosh, sploosh all around and beginning to close. There is the, for lack of a better word, pylon, the Tesla coil looking thing, about now 30 feet away from you, that has another 5 drones floating around it, and a conduit line that runs directly from that into this large egg thing. What do you guys want to do?
Is there a way into the egg thing?
It does not seem like it based on what you have found so far. Make an investigation check.
Oh no.
Mr. Snake Boy, make an investigation.
Okay. Let's see what Charles's investigation is. Oh god.
I bet it's awesome.
I could have swore that was a 12, but no, it's a 2. So that means 11. No, it means 1. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, Charles has a great investigation. What are you talking about? Well, Charles, you've gone through windows in the past.
Yeah.
But this one seems
Yeah,
a
that makes-
little too small for you.
Shit.
How did the giant metal creature?
Mhm.
Is it like long gone now? Is it moved so
It-
fast, or
It blasted past you guys and kept going. Yeah, it is currently nowhere to be seen.
okay? So we all noticed the conduit line connecting to the.
Yeah,
Egg
it's like
stage thing.
a 5-inch like wide tube essentially that runs straight from it to this one.
Cool. I would like to shoot an arrow at it.
At the conduit line or at the
At the line. At the line.
Sure, go for it. Go ahead and roll an attack. Wolf and Charles, what do you want to be doing?
Okay. 22.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead and
pull
roll
on
some
the
damage.
line, but I'll wait till after.
Go ahead and roll some damage.
Roll damage.
I see Malice go for the line, and I go, that's what we're doing, boss? Yep. Yeah, okay, let's fucking do it.
That's a 6.
6. All right. 6 points of damage. That's right. Not 6 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead and you fire off an arrow, and you just sort of draw and fire down into a spot that's like a good 8 feet away from you, and the arrowhead.
Oh, I
just sort
didn't
of...
realize it was so close to me. I thought this was like way far away.
Oh no! Yeah, you guys are standing next to the egg thing,
Oh.
and the conduit line goes from it directly
I thought it was
at
like
you to
way,
the side of
like
the thing.
maybe like way up above us.
Fucking
no,
overkill
no,
with
it's
your
not-
damn bow.
It's not like a power line that like
Gotcha.
hangs above us in the real world. It's just like a like a
Okay.
metal tube that runs.
I see. I mean, I don't know how much. My maul isn't like a slash.
You go ahead and you fire an arrow at it,
Right.
and it just goes, and it immediately sticks into it, and it sinks like a good inch into it, and it just sits there. Nothing happens
Nothing
other than you hit it with the arrow.
Just imagine Walter back in his home right now, experiencing power outages. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
What the hell's going on here?
TV keeps cutting out.
Great
Can't
Paw doesn't
watch
have
my
Melis around to
shows.
hold the antenna.
And
All right,
then,
Wolf or Charles, what do you guys want to do?
I'll attack the line.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna. If the arrow didn't go all the way through, I'm gonna push it all the way through.
Yeah, I was gonna take my second attack at the line.
Yeah, make your second attack. Wolfer, go and make a strength check for me.
That's another
Fuck
22.
electricity.
22 hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
7.
Okay.
Just a strength check.
Yep.
That's gonna be math. 17.
17. Okay. You go ahead and you grab the arrow, and you jam it the rest of the way through. And as you grab it and jam it through, you take 2 points of lightning damage. As you get a little shock, but the arrow goes all the way through, and then it is met immediately next to it by another one that just thunk. As Melis fires off another one, like
Oh, sorry.
3 inches away from your hand. I mean,
Come on, man.
it's
I
a
was
little
gonna get
inconsistent.
you.
Charles, what
That's
do you
until
got?
you roll a 1.
I'm gonna constrict the line and see if I can make any breaks where their arrows have gone through.
Sure, go ahead and make.
You roll a 1, it just shoots me in the
Make that
ass.
Bam!
Ah!
Whoopsie.
Okay. I believe that's a 15 to hit, but let me double check.
Okay. And
Yes.
okay, go ahead and roll some damage then for me. As you guys are sitting here attacking the line, the 5 drones that are circling the thing begin to make their way towards you, as well as a couple from off that have just sort of been chasing you this whole time. Charles, what you got?
13.
13 points of damage. Pair that with the 13 that Melis has dealt so far. And Charles, you go ahead and you wrap up and you twist and like sort of cinch it down. And you take 18 points of lightning damage as you
not great.
rip the you crush the conduit and it breaks in the spot that Melis has shot it a couple times. Bulford, you pull your hand away like right in time essentially.
Come on,
And
y'all.
the conduit, as it is wrapped up in your body, shocks you. I don't have a better way to say it. It just shocks you. You done got
And I-
zapped.
Y'all
And
gotta
a
keep
lightning
touching
breath.
that stuff.
I like the way it makes me feel. Come on now.
Oh,
Charles
well, I
sprays a
bet.
little bit of water out of his mouth as as the lightning like courses through him and little electrified droplets shoot out. As these drones, that's what they're called. I've been saying the word a lot. I should know better. Make their way up to you guys. For making this as easy as possible on my end, we're gonna say there's the 5 that were over by the thing, and then 4 other ones have shown up. So each of you gets 3 attacks on you as they all swarm in. Charles, you're first. That's a not good. That's a 6, a 5, and a 14 to hit.
The 14 hits.
Hey, look at that. Big damage here. Big money. Big damage. A whole 5 points of slashing damage as you have electrified yourself, and the little bits of electricity that are still sort of coursing through your body fire off into the drones and make a couple of them short on their way to swing at you, but one of them does cut down into you. Malice, you're up next. That is not great again. We got 9, 13, and 17 to hit.
The 17 hits.
All right. More this time. That is 7 points of slashing damage as you just sort of duck under 2 of them, and the third one comes up from behind and cuts you across the back of your shoulder blade. And Bulford, we've got 5, a 12, and a 17 to hit.
That 17 gets me.
All right. That is also 7 points of slashing damage to you as, again, you sort of duck out the way. You've just sort of reeled back. You accidentally sort of backhand one of them as you get shocked a little bit from the arrow, and slap one of them out of the way as it comes to hit at you, and then you go to bend down to like sort of grab at it, and another one comes right over your head. You go, oh shit, and then one of them comes down and sort of chops you right in the shoulder. As these 9 have swarmed up on you guys, you can see another couple dozen beginning to make their way in towards you. But as this conduit line has snapped now and is hanging loosely, electrifying the pool near you, you hear another just sort of shaking and creaking of metal, much closer this time, from this large egg structure that you're standing near, and another much louder now from inside of it. What do you want to do?
Oh, man.
I'll take the wire that's now sparking. I'm going to swing it and try to hit the 2 drones. I really just need to take Tavern Brawler.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's,
What are those? What would you call those?
we're going to call this a whip. Which,
Yeah, baby.
is a monk weapon, I'm pretty sure, technically, so you'd roll the same as your unarmed strike, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, so for the first one, I rolled... Math is hard. 23 for the first
Definitely
whip.
hits.
And then I rolled a unnatural 20 for the second hit.
You're trying
Whip.
to beat a 15, so...
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I whipped him real good.
Yep. So it's
Damn
gonna
it, he's
be
a whip.
it's gonna be a D4 each for the whip,
Okay.
but you're gonna add. We'll call it 3D. No, not 3. 3 total D4. So 2D4 lightning damage as well on top of it. Sure, why not? Mel's and Charles, what do you guys want to be doing?
We'll get another D4 out.
Pull out the old reliable maul and
Okay.
get a hitting.
Get it.
No need to be fancy.
Yeah. Ooh. So a natural 20 on the first one.
All right.
Yeah.
So for a total of 27.
Well, a natural 20 on an attack is
Well,
a crit, so
I know. You said double the dice.
yeah. Either roll it and double it, or double the amount you roll.
Yeah. All right. Math is so 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will strike again.
Sure. You come up and just slam straight down. You turn one of them into a pancake on the walkway in front of you as the maul comes up, down, over the top, slam down.
Nice. The second one is a dirty 20 to hit.
Definitely hits again. 15.
Okay, so that is 8 points of damage, and then the chickens will go and strike for an extra 3.
All right, as you yank up from the pancake that you just made, you come up over your shoulder and slam up into one that is coming down over the top of you. And as you do, Acorn turns around and dives into the face of the thing, and she rides it down as she rips the little eye thing that is behind the panel that slides up, just straight out of it, and it lands on the ground. Wolford?
So the first one was 12 points of damage total.
All right, you go ahead and you whip into it with this thing, just sort of like those tubes that make the noise, like the floppy plastic tubes that go when you swing it around. You're just kind of like swinging, and you just sort of like throw it almost at one of these, and it slams into the side of it, crunches in, and shorts it out as it falls into the pool.
Kind of like throwing a lasso.
Kinda. What's the second one you got?
And the next one is 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 on the dice plus 3 for dex is 14.
14. As you have that thought of, it's kind of like throwing a lasso, it falls. You have slammed it into this one that falls into the pool, and the whip question mark goes with it, and falls into the pool. As it does, one of the ones that has gotten out of the way a little bit as you guys have been swinging these things around has dipped down into the pool, and it just zaps up into it, and the thing just floats. Charles, what do you want to do?
All right, so after my reckless actions have finally cut off Gingy, giant constrictor snake form is looking a little rough. So like, I just imagine after that last blast of electricity, like there's just like melted flesh, like essentially on this fucking snake. And, like it's just gone into full like, you know how like when a snake is dead, like it doesn't like it like will still bite you because it's got the electrical, just like supercharged by the electricity.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Sounds good. Yeah, as Charles goes to bite at this thing, the two of you can actually see almost like a grill mark just wrapping around his body from where the conduit line zapped into him.
Yeah.
It's a 19 to hit one.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Yep.
Okay, and that's gonna be
I love the way
piercing
these
damage.
drones. Sorry, go on.
Sorry.
You said 10?
Yeah.
As Charles goes ahead and bites up, his mouth, unhinges a little bit and slams down top and bottom of it. And your teeth get stuck for a second, Charles, as the thing goes, and there's just a muffled whirring sound from it inside of your mouth as you finally get your teeth out of it. It's still floating there. However, slightly. You love how these drones...
I was going to say, I love how these drones haven't really messed us up as much as just our own stupidity.
You guys existing is your own most dangerous enemy.
It really is. I've done more damage to myself than these drones have collectively done to me.
Oh,
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Part of that is that I can't roll to save anything right now, but...
You don't have to save anything. We can't save ourselves.
That is accurate. All right, so do you guys want to move anywhere, or do you want to stand your ground here and keep going after the... Math is hard. 5 and like an eighth that are left here.
Are there more coming behind them, or is it just these 5 and bit?
You take a look around, and there's just dots all throughout this layer coming towards you. Varying size dots, as some are closer and some are further. But there is a large swarm of them coming your way.
I don't think Last Stand is going to be good for me and my whopping 17 health, so...
Yeah.
If I had more health, I'd do it.
Jump back on Charles.
Back on the barbecue snake.
Yep.
Just go down.
Yeah. Swoosh, down through. you guys come down to the next layer where, again, there are more drones sort of filtering in and flowing in. And ahead of you guys, there is one more of these tower things with the sparky ball on top of it, with another 5 drones just sort of immediately floating around it. Conduit line that comes towards you, and then about halfway between you and the actual tower, so about 30 feet away, it travels up and towards the egg thing, which you can see is the bottom of it is breaking through the pool above you down into the layer you're on. What do you want to do? Actually, as you guys leave,
no.
I just rolled 5d20s and none of them are over 10.
Damn.
Amazing.
Yep. Oh, wait, 6 of them. That's a 7. Never mind.
All right, y'all. Do we want to go for the line or the structure itself?
I think it's safer to probably go for the line.
All right, Charles. If you want, you can just keep swimming, and I can just keep shooting at it.
Yeah, Charles is just like just stiff, like just kind of moving. I imagine, I can't remember which one it is, but there's like the SCP that's just that giant snake that like eats people like in the ocean, and it just looks like it's a dead fucking blind snake. That's just how it feels.
SCP-9000.
I
It's
think
one of the
so,
ones I fear.
Oh,
greatly.
for real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Tessin is, I can't remember. It's a big Indian word that I'm probably going to piss people off for mispronouncing.
Well, I will pull out my longbow.
Sure.
Fire some arrows at the line.
Go ahead and start shooting. As
Okay.
Charles goes ahead and starts swimming you around. Bulford and Charles make perception checks. As Melis is focused on shooting right now.
15.
15? Charles?
21.
21. Melis, what you got for attacks?
A 13 on the first one, and then the second is a dirty 20.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage on the second one.
All right, that is 7 points of damage.
Okay. Sounds good. You go ahead and you fire off 2 arrows. The first one, did you say you're firing at the line or the structure? Line. Okay. The first one goes ahead, you fire it off, and it just skates off the edge of the line. This does have like sort of a segmented metal coating that is flexible, but is still pretty hard. And the second one sinks straight into it.
As the second one actually hits, ghosts of little chickens burst out from it.
Yes, of course.
And do an additional 3 points of damage.
The explosion of feathers that turn into tiny spectral chickens that just then dive into where the arrow hit. You're sort of tearing at that part of the line. You guys can see it like spark as the arrow actually contacts it. I need all of you guys to make dexterity saving throws. Charles, dexterity saving throws. Charles and Bulford, you guys make it with advantage.
Okay. 18.
18.
My back. Hello. Okay, cool. I got 26.
I think I rolled a 6. It might have been a 9. I picked it up too soon, so I think it's 11.
Okay. Sounds good. What's your dex save?
+6.
+6. Well, okay. Wouldn't matter either way.
Oh, maybe I rolled a 5. I don't remember.
You're trying to hit.
It's in there.
You're trying to hit a 16. So
yeah, it's under.
Whether it's a 6 or a 9, you're not quite there. Which means that this time, as Melis is concentrating, firing off arrows at this conduit line, Bulford, you look down, or no, you look up, and then you kick Charles to send him in an opposite direction as the giant segmented metal snake guy comes careening back down, trying to keep track of where he is, through. You two dive off to the sides, and Miss Melis, you are sort of left there for a second, and you take 10 points of lightning damage as he passes you, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 4.
4. You are currently considered paralyzed.
Hey, nice.
As you guys look back up, Melis has fallen sort of like half in, half out of one of the pools, and she is just frozen and sort of shaking every once in a while with like bursts of electrical energy as this thing has crashed back down and through away from you.
Can I jump up and like get her?
Sure, you can grab her, pull her out.
Yep.
What do you guys want to do? There are drones closing in. I say you guys. I mean Charles and Bulford.
I currently have a.
This feels pretty foobar. Should we just like try and I guess dash away until Ellis can become unparalyzed at the very least? Maybe try and find some semblance of a hideaway.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I guess we just
fast
keep.
is your snake?
60 if I dash.
I would say it's not actually that fast.
I was gonna say because I have a walking of 45.
What's your swimming though?
How do you calculate swimming again?
It's half speed, unless you have a swimming speed specifically.
Oh, okay. Well, the fuck is half of 45? 20 something, whatever.
It's
Okay, yeah,
20.
you got a swimming speed. Well, yeah, no, you're good. We'll just keep on with the snake.
I was about to say I could probably turn into something faster, but I would lose my
Right about now, Melis, you become unparalyzed.
Oh.
Oh.
Good lord.
Just hold
I'll
me
just-
because I don't really.
It's a one round. You get shocked for a round and then you're back.
Yeah.
All right, we'll full on. I guess
Also,
we'll just
there are
keep,
drones coming down on you guys right now.
we'll keep doing the carousel. I
Yeah.
guess.
Jump back on Charles.
Okay.
Yep, we're dashing for any kind of hidey hole.
And I'm gonna shoot 2 more arrows at the line, if I may.
Sure. Go for it. Make 2 more attacks.
Okay, the first one is a 23.
That definitely hits.
Right, so that is 7 points of damage, and the chicken will explode, and the arrow will explode into chickens
Sure. Yeah.
for an additional 5 points of damage.
Okay. Sounds good. You go ahead and you fire off. You watch as you guys hop back on Charles and begin to work your way away. The arrow sink in right next to the first one that you had shot, and sort of come in at an awkward angle because it hits the head of the other arrow and splits through the line, where the line actually then just sort of and sort of explodes on itself, and the 2 ends sort of go limp. And then it's quiet for a second, and then there's a very loud creak of metal, just a sound, and another much louder just sound, and then the sound of just rending metal as the bottom of the egg above you guys explodes downward as you guys are hightailing it the other direction. And looking back, specifically, I guess, Bulford and Melis, you see a huge green tail sort of sink back up into the egg. What do you want to do?
I have another arrow to fire.
You do? What do you want
I
to
would
do?
like to shoot at one of the drones.
Okay, go ahead and fire at the drone.
It's too far from a dart, so
Oh no,
It's an
there's plenty of
11.
drones right in range.
I'll hit a drone.
You said it's 11?
Just
Yeah.
You're a little thrown right now
Yeah?
as you fire off, distracted by the giant green tail.
What the hell is
Arrow shoots
that?
in a
I wouldn't have seen that, would I?
sure. You would have been able to catch it out of the corner of your eye, essentially.
With my experience in sea life, would I have any clue what that would be?
Make a check of some sort that I will decide right now.
As long as it's not nature. Okay, yeah, that's good.
It very well might be nature. I'm sorry, Big Man.
I got
It's okay, it's a
15 to
2.
hit.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll some damage.
5 dart damage.
5
Hey.
dart damage. As you go ahead and you throw back, and you hit it right in the lens. You see the dart sort of splinter off to the side, and there's just a little crack that runs up across the lens of the thing, and it's flying a little sideways now. Can't quite see right, but
Good.
what you got, Charles?
That's a natural 2 with whatever
Oh.
modifier you want me to put on there.
It would.
I don't feel like it matters.
It
If it's
doesn't
nature,
really.
it's a 1.
Yeah, nature makes it a dirty 1. Wisdom would make it a 7, which is also not great. You don't know what you're looking at right now.
That's fair.
But
Feral Snake might be.
Uh-oh.
Charles Snake might be what?
Sorry.
What'd you say? You cut out for a sec.
Oh, Charles Snake's. He might be paralyzed in one eye, for all we know.
That is, yep, pretty much.
At this point.
As you guys are moving away, Bulford, do you want to throw your other dart? Or do you want to let it be?
No, I have 2 darts left.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. As you guys are making your way further away from the centerpiece, going as fast as Charles can carry you.
I'll just make sure that Melis doesn't end up falling off or getting
Appreciate it.
Sure.
shocked.
Everybody
anymore.
make perception checks.
Okay.
Ooh, 10.
18.
22.
10, 18, and 22. All right. Dexterity saving throws. Wolford and Charles, advantage.
Fuck.
What?
Oh.
No advantage for Melis because I'm helping him stay on the snake. I guess it would be.
Her DC is lower for it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
15.
17.
21.
All right. You guys all dive out the way. Bulford, you see it coming up, and you just actually throw Melis out off in a direction. Melis, you're like drawing another arrow, turned around, getting ready, and all of a sudden you are just like
Launched.
heels overhead, off in a direction. As then Bulford, Charles darts in one direction, and you jump off in the other, following Melis, as the thing slams up past you guys again, moving incredibly fast. Electricity flying off of it. Just water spraying everywhere, and as it sort of clears and you guys look, you can see the tail of it totally, not totally still, flicking back and forth, hanging down from the pool above you, right in front of you. And as you look up, you see through the distortion of this water, this giant green form holding the metal worm thing out over the pool, and you watch as it sort of thrashes around a little bit, and the hand of whatever this giant green thing is just sinks in and through and crushes the part of the worm that it is holding onto, and the big back half of it just sort of starts to splash down through and falls past you guys.
I feel like that's
maybe-
a friend in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll give up my last 7 hit points for this. Let's do it.
I only have 10 more than you. We got this. It'll be
Hey,
Hell yeah,
same.
brother.
fun.
A loud, rolling, just sound. And what do you want to do?
Hit back with that fucking hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb back on Charles, and as I do, I'm gonna pat Bulford on the back, say thanks, friend. You really helped me back there.
No
And-
problem.
Oh.
It didn't look like it was too fun to get shocked and paralyzed. So
No, that was a little rough, and I'm gonna give you another 2nd level cure wounds.
Oh, thank God.
You're not looking too good yourself, are you, Mel?
Not too great, but that's all right.
It's okay. I can get one more wild shape. I can get out of wild shape, heal you, and then go back into wild shape as.
Don't worry about it just yet. I'm doing okay, and
Okay.
Bulford, you're gonna get 12 points of healing.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Charles, you can use that feature in wild shape if you want to.
Oh, can I really?
Yeah, there's no restriction on it for that.
Yeah. In that case, let's do it. Let's go ahead and let me see what it is here. Okay, so it's gonna be 1d8 plus my wisdom modifier. Let's go ahead and roll that.
You guys watch as Charles has turned around and is taking you back towards the large metal egg. Drones still bearing down on you guys, sort of all around. You look down and you can see, next to sort of like the spiraling grill mark around him, just the faint lines almost of these spectral, ethereal sort of flames just pulse really quick across his body.
Mm-hmm.
Not like catches ethereal fire, like lines traced out like blocky flames on him suddenly as the utensil of soul just pulses, and he heals everybody around him. For how much?
Everybody gets 11 hit points. If it exceeds your max, it goes to temporary hit points.
Thanks.
Does that include myself?
Yeah, it would.
I feel so healthy.
What are you, back up at half health or something?
I'm at 40.
Hey, that's more than you started this game with, so...
It sure shit is.
We can do anything.
Amazing. As Charles takes you guys back towards the center where this egg was, you just see this huge metal structure that has been ripped apart and sort of hangs in pieces down through the water. The watery shell that was sort of around it is gone. It has fallen back either up or down into the pools where it was pulled from. You guys come to the remnants of this egg. Yes, hello, Mr. Kitty Cat. And take a look around and realize that it is actually kind of quiet. The drones that were bearing down on you guys seem to have kind of filtered away. You don't see any of them immediately around you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And then everybody make a perception check.
Oh, no.
I speak
I've calculated wrong.
Draconic and deep speech, if that makes a difference for any of this.
Okay.
18.
What kind of
Perception.
roll again? Oh, perception? That's going to be 18.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Sounds good. As you guys sort of like pull up next to the egg and look around, it's quiet for a second, and then there is just in like quicker succession, almost in batches. The drones are falling through the pools and just continuing down. They look like some of them look like they are just inert as they fall. Others look like they have been just shattered into pieces almost, or are missing large chunks out of them as they fall through. But they're just currently cascading down and through the different pools in the area. And Charles, that is actually good to know. Let me make sure with everybody else here. Yeah. The loud roar that you would have heard from after the giant worm thing fell through would have been draconic, and it would have been just saying, "Bam!" As you guys wait where you are, sort of watching this sort of like rain of drones around you, you see come down and through the pool above you, or not above you. This is several pools away, but the level above you to your level. This long, massive, almost crystalline form of a gigantic dragonoid sort of creature come down and through. As it comes through, just spraying what looks like flickering air almost out of its mouth towards any groups of drones that it sees in the area, causing them to fall down and through as well. Again, every breath, like every spewing of this breath and roar that accompanies it, just saying "bam, bam, bam" as it goes.
I pull Captain Featherbottom II out of my bag and kind of like hold her to my chest and point up at the dragon and say, "You see that? Now that would have been one of your distant relatives you descended from. Isn't that cool?"
I'm pretty sure that's a rock over there.
Oh, silly. That's just a big chicken.
No, I think it's a rock bird.
Well, you're silly. And I'll put her back away.
Okay.
As a snake, is there any way I can like speak Draconic back?
I don't think you can speak as a snake at all. So
Okay,
Well, fuck.
probably.
well, I was gonna, as soon as I see this thing attacking the drones, Wilfred immediately goes, "Ah, that there's a friend." He's gonna take off his hat that has miraculously stayed on his head this whole time.
And it hasn't moved an
Yep.
inch the whole time.
The flannels
it
get
is
sliced
secured.
through, but the
Yeah,
hat is
flannels
safe.
are destroyed constantly. But the hat perfectly in place from the get-go.
Never taken an inch of damage. No phrase, no nothing.
Nothing at all.
Pristine.
Oh,
He'll
guys can
take
try
off his
something for
hat.
the flannels later.
So what do you guys
Sorry.
want to do? You are currently
No, you're
safe.
good. Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna call out to it and be like, "Hey there, howdy, friend."
All right.
Wave him on over like an idiot.
Go ahead and make a charisma check.
Ooh.
Actually, no, make a persuasion if you want to. But
Can I give Bulford an assist by also being generally jovial?
sure.
All right, nice.
My persuasion's pretty fucking great, actually.
Oh, good.
Good.
Fucking
The
excited.
Southern
All right, so
hospitality.
Wolford,
of
you have
course.
advantage because Melis is helping by just waving along with you.
That's a 25.
Of
Nice.
course.
Hell
it is.
yeah, brother.
Why would it be anything else?
I just want to, I rolled a 2, and then you said advantage, and then I rolled a 19.
Yeah, that checks out. That seems about right. As you wave out, and the long neck swings around to look at you two,
just
like I don't like stock footage almost. Just two happy people like, huh?
Howdy.
Standing by
there.
a fence waving. The neck swings around, and you hear sort of bouncing off of the watery ceiling and floor in here, coming at you guys. A response to you that just says, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Just in the neighborhood,
It
friend.
turns and begins to make its
Well-
way towards you.
we're friends. God damn it. We're friends of Fiery, and we're looking
Your
for
friends
the...
are fiery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No shit. All right.
Yeah.
As
well,
it's coming towards you guys, you can see that around the neck of this gigantic emerald dragon is just a series of relatively thin, we'll call it tasteful gold chains.
Oh my
I
goodness.
said we'll call it that. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but like not the like huge obnoxious kind, but like relatively thin, just a couple of them. It is a huge thing, so it makes heavy impacts as it comes, but it moves very fluidly as it comes up. It says the
It's stomping
huge
along.
head,
The rest of us are
Yeah.
just like jumping as it like...
yeah, the massive head comes down to look at you. It's the head, it pretty much on its own is almost as big as Bulford is. He goes, "Your friends are fiery?
Sure are.
Man, he really takes in anyone now, doesn't he?"
Well, hey there. That ain't too nice now.
Yeah. When we
What
saw
are you doing
were...
waving to strangers? What are you doing over here? What? You being
Well, you
chased
ain't a
around by
stranger.
these things?
Well, we were getting chased around by them, but
Yeah.
we weren't just waving at a stranger. We were waving at a stranger who has a common enemy. Now that
Yeah.
is a whole different story.
Plus, we saw you kind of imprisoned in that egg thing, and I just couldn't leave
You
anybody.
let me out of there?
Yeah.
I hate seeing people.
Really,
Oh.
it was just Melis. The rest of us were trying not to die.
Oh, they helped. They
I'm
they
gonna be
bodied
honest with
one
ya.
of those electrical things.
Yeah, well, I don't really know what that means, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The whole trying not to die thing, probably the better choice, but I do appreciate, the assist on getting out of there. I wasn't having a good time. But, man, they really cleared out the Stockpot here, didn't they?
Yeah, it looks a little barren.
Yeah.
Is it always like this, or?
No, usually it's full of people.
How long you been in that there egg?
Better part of 2 months, probably. these big old robot guys came and sort of jammed me in that. Sorry, I always forget this part. And you see his form just sort of like shrinks down into just a normal sized. He's humanoid. He's clearly like got elongated, like draconic looking features almost because he's so like long and lithe when he's in his dragon form. But he looks sort of like an Eladrin, if you guys know what that is, like a spring elf.
Yeah.
He's got like light green skin, green hair, high cheekbones, long pointy ears. He says, "I always forget that I'm a little big the other way."
It's okay. I'm big all the time.
Well,
Would
from
this
this
be
perspective, you sure are.
would this be an appropriate time to turn back to Charles, or do you guys want to keep riding the snake?
Yeah, no, Charles, I think
That was a weird way to put it. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna roll with it, but then you
You know,
made
Then
it.
you brought
I'm
it
sorry.
up. So.
yeah, you made it weird.
You're the one who pointed it
I
out, man.
always do.
You,
I'm sorry.
That's why we
Charles,
love
you
you,
wanna?
Tinsy.
You can change back if you
Yeah,
want.
Charles,
You don't
you
have
wanna
to
Your
be a
snake's
snake no
name
more.
is Charles?
Oh well, he's not
He's
just
not
a
a
snake.
snake. It's like you was a dragon, I guess.
He kind of does what you do.
Yeah.
The little changing of the forms. It's
Yeah.
very uncomfortable when he splats as a spider and then changes back.
Yeah.
I can. He doesn't just change into a snake. He changes it.
He's one
Yeah.
of them. They're
He gets down to
Yeah.
look at Charles.
druids.
Charles.
Oh,
Oh,
hi
wait,
there.
I'm gonna start poking
Yeah,
the snake.
I'll,
Do
Charles?
you wanna come out?
He's not
I'll
slow.
go ahead and shift out of the snake,
But
which
he's
I
a
assume
snake right now.
I assume when I come out of the snake form, because it's just been fried to shit, it just full on splits open.
Yeah, it's like a snake shedding his skin, except it's Charles just sort of like coming on out. He steps back and he looks down at Charles, who's just laying face down on the ground. Like it's just
Oh, Charles, come on, I'll help you up.
all right then.
See, it's kind of unnerving when he does it.
That is deeply uncomfortable to look at. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's a
real
swell guy,
good,
though.
He's real helpful.
It seems he was. I mean, you guys was riding him all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. I'm sorry. I haven't talked to any new people in a little while here. The name's Legacy.
Sure.
I sort of help facilitate the goings on in the area here. And well, until a couple months ago when the giant robots came and put me in the big old egg.
Right. So you're telling. So it sounds like what you're telling us is that you are kind of in charge of this here Stockpot.
I
Very
mean, in
trusted
charge
by
is
Mr.
such
Fiery.
in charge is such a like. There's a lot of responsibility that goes along with being in charge of something. That's a lot of work, and
Yeah, sure.
whatever. But yeah, Fiery's the one that came through and was like, "Hey, you guy, you're pretty good. Here you go." And he gave me this, and he holds up the still on his body, now thinner and properly sized chains that he sort of has tucked underneath his shirt.
Yeah, those are pretty.
What happened to Fiery, if you don't mind me asking? I hadn't seen him for a while, and then all of a sudden I was getting shoved in a big metal cocoon.
Well, that's what we're
No
trying
offense,
to find out.
Mr. Charles, sir, if that's offensive to you. I don't know what you do with cocoons in your free time, but
I don't know if I do not want to do it. But, I'm going to have to be back in the point where we can for a proper night.
he pauses and looks over at Melis and Wolfer and said, "I think I understood him better when he was a snake."
Yeah, you get used to it.
I'll speak in Teutonic, like, if that makes it easier.
All of a sudden, you guys, Charles's normal like speech pattern suddenly just comes this like throaty, almost guttural, like as he speaks to him.
Gingy, what do you sound like when you speak in like what is your
Oh,
accent?
Jesus Christ. God, I sound like Scooby Doo, like after Game of Snookers Lung or some shit. I don't know.
Oh no.
Whew.
So I mean, don't think I'm not grateful, but what are you doing here?
So there's this prophecy. Charles, you want to get out the menu? Well, there's a prophecy, and Fire has sort of disappeared, and so we're trying to
Takes the
find
menu.
him, and we're trying to find some items of his that he maybe gave away to folk, and so we're just kind of doing a tour through the area, see what we can come up with.
Just gonna hold out the shirt.
Yeah, you got that
Holding out the
one, and I got that
sunglasses.
one, and
Oh, okay. So
we're
uses
kind
like
of the chosen ones.
uses like the real deal then.
Yeah.
And their time came out quicker than first.
Well, all right. So as much as I'd love to help you guys with this whole thing, I kind of got to stick around here to, make sure all the people here is alive and around, and that all these fucking metal balls that are everywhere are, at least kind of taken care of.
That's fair.
But it looks like you already stopped and got you stopped over at the range and in the pit. So I guess this would make
I didn't know I was thinking. That makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, could I help you?
Your humanity becomes chicken.
Oh my god.
I've had that locked since episode 1, baby.
Oh
my
Jesus.
god. We could have gone the whole campaign without seeing it. I'm so glad we got to see
I
that.
had to go get the cat though, so I figured it was a good time to break it out.
Wow. All right. All right. So anyway, here's this thing because that was too funny for me to pass up and speak over. He goes ahead. He takes off the like couple of like sort of looped together thin chains, and as he holds them out to you, they turn from these chains to like these thick, almost braided gold chains that look just too heavy for their own good. There's like 4 of them there. One of them is like an actual like linked chain. Another one is like this twisted sort of thing. And a couple more of them are just like straight. And they all have just like these, not like huge symbols hanging off of them, but like smaller sort of. It's got like a spatula and it's got like a spoon. It's just got like different cooking utensils on there.
It's like one of those charm bracelets.
Kind of, yeah. Honestly, yeah. Fiery gave this to me. He's
like how fancy are we talking here?
What?
Sorry, how fancy are we talking here? Are these like get them like out of the 25-cent like?
No, they look.
Oh, so they're like the Mary Kay Jewelers like Pandora bracelet set.
Yeah. Like,
not that I know what that is.
He's got a specific kind of style, as I'm sure you've seen with the others, and well, it just didn't really fit my my aesthetic necessarily. You said you were the one that got me out of there, and he holds the chains out towards Melis.
I mean, we all help, but I guess so.
You did a majority of the work. Come on now.
Yeah, shot right. Shit.
All right. Well, here you go. And he just sort of hands it over. That's really all I can help with on this, and I gotta go see who's around and dig people out of whatever bunkers they put themselves in.
So
I'd check out some of these and their what the hell? These things. They're like these giant fast food restaurants, and that's where most people end up like working or like stuck at. I'm gonna put working in some air quotes right there. Um, so that's where they might have all got drag off to, unless there's like hidey holes around here. People are just gonna like stretch every direction because there's like nothing but these electrical things.
Normally around here, there's plenty of folk walking around. They live at lower, higher, further out. And you said that they get taken to work in these factory food things.
Yeah, so it's like a big old building, and then they have these like spires almost that like jam into like the top of a roof, and it's almost like it sucks the very soul out the city.
And open drains.
Yeah.
What was that, Charles?
The chains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giant chains on it as well.
That's nuts.
So it's not very pretty to look at,
so
that's for
good.
sure. Nope.
Well, they don't tend to be that way. I'm sure they're not paying the people enough to be there, but...
Oh, no, they look pretty much dead on their feet.
All right. Well, I guess I gotta figure that out then.
Why? Can I ask you why did they put you in that egg prison thing?
I mean, I don't like to be full of myself, but did you see what I just did? I fucked them all up. Like,
yeah, you can
left,
then
right, three ways to Sunday. Okay.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, are you an elf or are you a dragon?
I'm a dragon.
That turns into an elf for funsies?
For convenience of space, right?
All right.
That's fair.
It's hard being... Well, and he like steps back and just sort of swells back out to his dragon size. It's hard being this size.
Yeah, I'm this size and it's already difficult. I can't imagine how much bigger
it's
it like.
Yeah.
Drinks back down.
Don't make doors that big.
They don't.
Make doors that big.
It's hard.
I had to custom build my own home, and that
issue.
took forever.
Oh, damn.
That right there,
like
sir.
it.
That's impressive.
Lumber is
That is
not
the
good
kind
right
of that's the backbone we need more of.
It's true.
Well, and when you got a whole herd of family, you gotta learn how to build your own damn house. It makes life a whole lot simpler.
That's fair. I'm a big part of the reason that so many of these pools are as big as they are. Like they're a good 20 feet across, so that I can get through them pretty easy if I'm all big.
You made all this?
What was that?
He asked if you made all this.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't make all this. No. We've sort of adapted it as we come. Here's the thing, right? Wet cooking here. Wet cooking is about the community that it brings. You throw everything in a big pot. Everybody in the neighborhood comes out and gets some of it. You all stand around, have a good old time, eat till you can't anymore, and then you go fall asleep somewhere. That's what it's all about. It's all about the community that comes with the food. It's about the heart that you put into it and the heart that you get out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here, take some.
Yeah, absolutely.
He goes ahead and he reaches out and he takes a little bit of the spice that Charles holds out and he opens it and he puts a finger into it and just sort of pushes it way back into the side of his mouth. Now that right there, that's some damn fine spice, my friend.
So how do you know Mr. Fiery?
Oh, guy's an old friend. We go back to actually before he was even... before he was really big shit in the city. He was just kind of wandering, and we met up every once in a while. He was a good kid, coming up strong, he got a knack for food. What can I say? We connected early on. I moved a ways away, actually. And then he came and found me one day. Gave me a door call, came up, knock on my door. And he was like, hey, here's the deal. I'm taking this town and I'm turning it all the way up to 11. I don't really know what that means. He just says stuff like that. But I says to him, okay. And he says, why don't you come move into the city with me? I says, All right, I guess so. And so here I am. We you moved me in, and I've been helping grow this district for a while. Honestly, the chain that you got now, it is what it is because it's easy to just sort of take off and pass to the next guy if somebody comes in who's better than you. So it can just sort of move around. It's part of the community, really.
I
Yeah.
love that. Hmm.
That's
So
pretty nice.
that's how I ended up here. But I've been hanging on to it for a while now, and I guess since I got stuck in the damn egg, I've been, holding it for that time too. But now, you's got it, and now that it's back with the other two, I bet you trees are gonna have some fun with it.
Oh man. All right.
We certainly hope so with all the crap we're going to have to go through here shortly.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Is there? Sorry, not right now, but later. I did play Wooden Crash.
oh yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll set you up at Clanton's. Clanton's a good friend of mine. He takes good care of the people around him. If he's stuck in one of these things, I'm sure he's gonna be a wreck right now. But he's good people, and God, does he make a mean chili. All right. And
Sounds-
All righty
sounds
then.
good.
you look like you could use a good meal.
Yeah, we're not doing. It's been
I
a long day.
I think it'd be
Long couple
nice.
days. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. I'll tell you what. Let's walk you over that way now. It's right down the way, up a couple of levels, no big deal. So we'll head that way, and I'll see if he's home. If he's not home, I'll leave you guys with a note that tells him what the deal is, and you can get some food going. How does that sound?
Sounds
That sounds great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. And so he turns and he leads you guys out of this center area of the Stockpot away and towards sort of across this spider web of these pathways that cross over the different water patches, essentially, until you get to what looks to be just a big, almost support structure. But as you step into it, he says, all right, now they don't really have these anywhere else, so it's kind of a hush-hush thing, but check this out. And he goes ahead and he bangs on the wall, and the whole thing just... and you start to just lift up in this big old wooden elevator.
Holy shit.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah, quiet. You can't tell anybody about it.
Okay.
Because as soon as that big asshole over in the pit he's gonna want 15 of them in his fucking cathedral thing all the way back up to the surface.
I
Nah.
believe that.
We met
Not
you.
the point. All right. And he goes ahead and he leads you to what looks like a neighborhood as you guys sort of begin to make your way through here. And these look like relatively nice houses, but they are all like sort of smaller, made out of different pieces of wood, almost like beach house looking things as you come through here. And you can see that the layer above you has actually, because you came through them on your way in and they were all pretty uniform, the layer above seems to have like merged up with the one above it so that there is space for each of these like single story houses essentially in here.
Mhm.
And he comes up and he knocks on a door and he says, Clanton, anybody home? That's too bad. Well, I'll get you set up. I'll find something to write on here, leave him a note, stick it to his door, and I'm gonna go, I guess, look for more of these drones. But what's your plan once the morning time hits?
Oh man.
I guess we head towards the center of the city.
Yeah.
See if we can
Back
get
to the
across
burn
that. I don't know. Because we got we can always head back to
Walter?
yeah.
Yeah.
Go to him. I think we should go to him first and then we go to the center of the city.
That's probably smart. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we
That's the plan.
assemble our direct team.
All right. Well,
That shit
Good on you.
froze.
Is there anything else I can do for you before I take off here?
No, not really. You
Yeah.
you done what we really needed.
Yeah,
More
thank
so
you.
because you took care of all them drones.
It was real impressive.
Well, I gotta go deal with that some more, but I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
going.
Buller's gonna pull out the little lantern thing. All the drone artists.
Mhm.
No.
I've been using this here thing to point out when they're coming, when they try to sneak up on you. So far, hasn't let us down a single bit.
Is that so? And
Absolutely.
he just kind of looks at Charles and Melis like, what
Yep,
the fuck is this guy on right now?
No, that is absolutely correct,
yeah.
sir.
I guess I gotta go find me some of them then.
Oh, anytime you crush a drone, they're like right dead in the center. You just crack one open, and there you go.
Yep.
I think this is
This
the
here
first
big one.
person.
This one was a nightmare to get. He came with the one on 4 legs, and I just start like going into detail about this one, the giant one, just how much of a pain in the ass it was.
All right. That sounds good. And as you're like still like 2/3 of the way through the story, he's like, "Oh, that's crazy. That's so crazy. I can't believe it." As he backs out the door and just closes it.
Wait, before you go,
Yeah.
I know you were in prison in one just a minute ago, so this is gonna, no offense, you can say no, but would you like an egg?
They're real
Lady,
good eggs.
I'm gonna ask you this one time, and I'm really kind of concerned about the answer. Where did you get that from?
I just point to acorn on top of my head.
How
Super
long ago
fresh.
did you get this egg from that chick?
This one was from today.
You're a lot of fucking
Make
man.
a persuasion check, I guess.
Oh, it's a 9.
You know what? Sure. He goes ahead and he takes the egg, and he's just kind of holding it, similar to how Bulford was when you first gave him it. Just like, all right. Well, best of luck to you.
Bye now.
I'll see you later. He goes ahead and he turns and he closes the door,
Have a great day.
and you can hear through the door just a. All right.
I had such high hopes. He was the first person who we told about the lanterns or the gems or whatever, and he didn't look at us like we were either idiots or sociopaths. I was so hopeful.
It's the first time I've ever been able to think about that spiel and tell you. Fucking happy.
Amazing. You guys go ahead and you sort of settle in a little bit, and you're waiting for this guy Clanton to come back from wherever. There's a note
crashes.
there's a note that's been posted on the door, and you guys just start like literally almost dropping where you are.
Yep.
Like you find like chairs or lean against corners or something like that, maybe onto the table, something like that. And you all fall into a deep sleep. But Charles, as you start to fall asleep, the menu is still out from where you guys were talking to Legacy earlier about it, and you see it just sort of like you see the shapes on it just sort of like start swimming around, and you see just sort of like a faint gold glow from the menu as the filigree around the inside just is shifting around and moving as you are starting to fall asleep. And as you like actually pass all the way out, you see all of it shift and solidify into what looks like an overview map of the city with a big red dot in it. And that is where we'll pick up next time.
Good deal.
As Charles falls asleep. All of you guys are passed out in a stranger's home with a note nailed to the door.
Sure is.
Thank
Bulford finds the lazy boy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Becomes a dad.
Out immediately. Thank you everybody for watching. Come back next time to see what the red dot means and what happens next in Flavor City. Bye.
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 Amazing.